Alright guys, welcome back. So now we can actually use that search complete to broadcast a list of our search results, and the UI should be able to populate those guys. So let's do that real quick. So the thing we need to do first, of course, is to be able to create some sort of ways to contain the data of the search results in like their name at least, right? The lobby names. So I'm gonna go create a variable, or rather a user widget type that's able to handle those things, and then we just provide a list of those things in our main menu. Okay, so to start with, I'm gonna go ahead and make a new C++ class. This one will be called lobby entry, and of the type user widget first. User widget, and then lobby entry, and then create class. So this lobby entry class will be in charge of displaying a lobby, and then we don't need much rather than a button and a text. So private, and then I'm going to pass in a U property, and then that's going to be added now meta equals to button widget, and then I'm going to say class U button. This one will be the lobby button. Oh, it's compiling. Reload all. Save it, I guess. Hopefully that doesn't cause the compilation to fail. Okay, so now we have the lobby button there. This seems to be fun. And then another copy here, we'll need to have a text block, class U text block. And then this will be the lobby name text. Alright, with those two, and then we can overwrite the virtual void native construct, and then overwrite. And then for the native constructs, we're gonna try to do at least one thing to do something when the button is clicked. After calling the native construct, we need to include the components button.h. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna say, hey, lobby button dot onClicked add dynamic let's ampersand U lobby entry colon lobby button clicked. Okay, and then here we're just gonna say, hey, when the lobby button is clicked, U function void lobby button clicked, and then we basically say that we need to tell which button or which one are we clicking, right? So we can hold that reference here too. Okay, we can actually make some changes here. One thing that I think it's not necessary is to actually remember exactly which one it is, that by using the F online search result, because that thing I think is really heavy to copy. I don't want to copy that thing around. We do have a copy here from the game instance, right? By broadcasting that with a copy, right? So that could already be potentially dangerous. Oh, so how about that? We make it not a copy, we make it a reference. That's right. So let me go to the here. Can we make it an instance of that? So that way we are not like doing a copy there. And then in our lobby entry, we also not taking a copy. Let me create a public function. Call this guy void init lobby entry, and we just pass in a reference again, F online search results, online search. Or how about that? We just pass in two things because we only need two things, right? Constant F name, lobby name, and then we pass in a integer lobby index. We just pass in that index in the array anyways, and so that we can just always have that to be our identifier to find the correct lobby. Okay, Alrighty, so then we just have an integer here, lobby index. Okay, and I'm gonna call this guy entry lobby index, and then we also can create a delegate, declare dynamic multicast, and then one parameter. I must have a typo there. Let's just type it in again. Declare dynamic multicast delegates, one parameter is what I want. Okay. F on lobby entry selected, and then it's going to be passed out one thing, integer lobby entry lobby with entry lobby index should be fine. Yes, and then we can use that in here. Lobby entry selected, and basically in the init lobby entry, we just say that the name, which will be our text block, will be assigned to. Okay, so we're gonna say, hey, here our, do I have that? Lobby name text, yes. So lobby name text, set text lobby equals to lobby name f text from name lobby name, and then the entry index, oops, lobby index rather, equals to the entry lobby index. Okay, and when our lobby button is clicked, we broadcast, right? So lobby button clicked. It doesn't like the delegates sometimes, but it will work if you compile. So we just need to broadcast out the lobby entry lobby index. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so this should be a really quick little delegate, little widget that we can use to represent the name of the lobby, and when clicked we can broadcast out which index the lobby represent in the array from the search results, and then we just use that to determine which one are we basically joining. But let me compile first and make sure that this part works, and we can make a widget out of it. Looks like it's fun. Okay, so we can go here and do it. I'm gonna go and make a new widget blueprint that's gonna be based on the lobby entry. Call this guy WPP lobby entry. And in there, if we compile, we'll have arrows. We need the lobby button and a lobby name text. Easy enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a button first. Okay, this should be desired. We can wrap that around with a says box, I believe. Okay, says box here, and then we can override the width with 500 and height with 50. Yes, and then we can call this guy lobby button, and then the lobby name text will be just the text. Lobby name text. Alrighty, easy enough. Make that color to be black. I think it'll be easier to see. We can also just lay it out to the left. Oh, not there. This guy to be on the left, maybe. Alright, so now we have this set up. All we have to do is populate one of these when we have a search result with a bunch of different search results. Okay, alrighty. So back here to our code, we can go find our main menu. Okay, and first thing I need to be able to specify is the widget type. This is going to be edit defaults only. and this is going to be the T subclass of, and then class u lobby entry, and then look at this guy lobby entry class, and then we just need to go ahead and spawn a bunch of these guys when we have the when we need to actually subscribe to the change from the game instance. On lobby, on session search, we don't have that for some reason. Search completed. Okay, well, that's rather simple. Search completed. That add u object. This ampersand u main menu session search completed. Okay, and then we create that function. So which means that we need to have the online session settings as the header here in the main menu as well. And then let's create the function session search completed. It's going to be a constant TRA reference. Okay. And then it's going to be the, I think we can copy that because I'm kind of lazy. This is the signature. I'll call this guy search results. Alrighty, and then we just go ahead and make it. Okay, here we just need to, for every session search result, we populate a or spawn a lobby entry and add it to something. Okay, so if you look at the oh, got an error there now. Oh, okay, actually that's actually some other recording. So let's go back here and take a look at the our main menu here. Okay. Oh, not player controller main menu, the WPP main menu, right? So what we want to be able to do is have a list of things, and there's a bunch of different kind of like panels, and then I think we can look at the scroll box. I think that would be the best type, and yes. So I'm gonna go back here to our code, and then we can add in the scroll box to our header file. So maybe copy that. And then class use scroll box because this guy lobby list scroll box. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and try to make sure first that we include it, components, and then scroll box. We can just say that for constant f online session search results in search results, we need to get the name, right? We can ask the game instance to that. Get session name search result. And that gives us a f string. Man, we have a bunch of conversions there. Session name equals to that. And then we can also make sure that we pass in the index, int index equals to 0, so that we have that. We can increment the index here when we're done. And then we can just say that we can spawn a new lobby entry. So u lobby entry. We have to pass in that, pass in the header here, lobby entry. That's right. So u lobby entry will be equals to new widget, or rather create widget. The type u lobby entry, and then we need to pass in the owner, which is this, or the lobby list scroll box, and then in lobby entry class, and then we just say the lobby entry will be initialized, lobby entry. Initialize lobby entry. I'm going to pass in the two things. One is the lobby name, session name. Unfortunately, we need to make a conversion there. App name, session name, and then the entry lobby index will be the index, and we increment the index, so everyone has their own index. And then, of course, before we do return here, we also wanted to make sure that that's actually added into the lobby list scroll box. Add child. Ooh. That will be taking the lobby entry as well. And then one last thing is the lobby entry dot on lobby entry selected. Add dynamic, and pass in our function here that we haven't done yet. Human menu lobby entry selected, which just takes a an integer there. No big deal. Lobby entry index. Alrighty, easy enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and alt enter and enter again to create the definition, and then we can just say that we can hold the reference that int lobby entry selected lobby entry index. Okay, and that'll be starting with -1. Lobby entry index. Okay, alrighty, that's just something that we have for now, so because we wanted to be able to have this all connected here, so we don't have to touch the lobby entry anymore. I think we're good for testing purposes. We should be able to see the list of entries. Because they're added in, spawned and added in to our entry box, to our list of entries, right in the main menu to here, to our scroll box. And let's try that. I'm gonna go close the editor because we're having new components. Oftentimes it doesn't like it unless you recompile it. So I'm gonna go compile it, and then we'll take a look at if this works before moving on. Alright, compilation is finished. We need to go to the main menu here and then make sure that we have the lobby list scroll box, something here. Put that into the canvas there. I think I can put that in here, maybe. Anchor to the left, 500 maybe. And then let me just move it over a bit. Name that, of course, lobby list scroll box. Let me shift it over a bit. Okay, alrighty. And then here, don't forget, in the graph, make sure that the lobby entry class will be in the assigned with our newly created lobby entry. Alrighty, now we can give it a go and see how it works. I'm gonna log in here first. Alrighty, now I'm logged in. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna go create a session, SDF. Create a session there, and then let's give it some time so the session is actually being broadcasted or advertised to the EOS. Now we open the main menu and then fan session. Yeah, you can see we're seeing two of these guys for some reason. Maybe that's because we have a local one there as well. That's not good. We shouldn't be searching for ourselves. Oh, it looks like we're also having it popping out twice when we search again. That's not good either. So I guess we'll have to make sure that every time we have a new fan session, we clear it. Okay, so I'm gonna say lobby entry, not lobby entry, the lobby list scroll box dot empty clear children, maybe. Yeah, that will delete all the children from it. Okay, should remove them, all the widgets from the panel widget. And that's, I think, all we need. Somewhere I think it will remove it from the memory as well. So I think that's all we have to worry about. I think this should be good now. Okay, so yes, let's stop the video now. In the next one, we'll actually create the join button there, so the player can actually click on that button to join the session. All right, see you guys next time.